I'm not mad at that though. I'm not mad at that
Hold
when people say
on.
that at
I
all.
disagree. To me, it go Forest Hills, the off season, then Bourne Center. We're sleeping on the off
Excuse me?
season.
What you
sleep
just say?
the off season? Are y'all sleep?
Our next matchup, Messi versus Tiger. Messi.
I mean, at
I
this
gotta
point, I
hear
don't even
what
know
Messi,
what.
I was about to say I gotta
I
hear
don't
what
even know which way
Messi
it's gonna
got
go.
to even compare him to
I'm going Messi.
Tiger.
I'm
80.
sorry. That's both of them hard.
I mean, it's a better comparison to me than the Tom Brady one, but um, they'll probably
No,
they'll probably
I
go
disagree.
Tiger at this point.
Them
Tiger
82,
got to do everything by himself.
that 82 PGA Tour is different. It's hard to beat that. 82 is crazy, but I mean, I think Leonardo Messi is the GOAT
And
of this era. So
hold on. Don't most of his matches ain't he playing people around the world, or at least from around the world?
who?
They both are
Tiger.
though.
Technically, both of them
No,
are.
I was
Yeah,
just wanted to make sure that they both are. So that really ain't an argument. That's all I was saying.
that's why I said this argument is way more aligned than the Tom Brady one
Let's see.
He is a
with
World Cup
Ronaldo.
champion
That's why
and
I
a
said that.
record-breaking 8-time Ballon d'Or winner, the
And
defining
he
player
has
of
World
modern
Cup.
football. He has longevity, trophies, and cultural impact felt around the world. And
That nigga had long hair.
He do
Yeah,
got world
Good.
impact. He might win off
He
that
got a
alone.
World Cup.
No, I
He got
mean
a World Cup.
the influence alone. He's probably gonna win off of that by himself. You're not beating Messi. He might be one of the most
No,
influential
I
people
don't
to
know
walk this
because
like the sport. It's hard to beat that. Tiger, as good as he is, you're not beating soccer, bro. Like it's hard to compete against somebody who played the sport. So, and I think personally, he's my goat. So I
I
don't.
disagree because like they both play around the world talent, and for Tiger to dominate for 5 years and be known as the GOAT, like that's impressive. Mind you, y'all
Because
both playing
soccer is
around
that
the
much
world
harder.
talent.
Because soccer is that much harder.
I think it's the fact that it's more
That's why.
world renowned known. Like soccer is everything to people in them other countries. They have if they ain't got nothing, they got soccer.
They got
So
soccer.
it's hard to pick against this dude, man.
I would go with I would go with Tiger.
the short king.
He only got
I'm
he
gonna
only
keep
won
saying
one
it's
time
Tiger,
though.
Tiger.
Like he only got one World Cup.
I have no idea.
Because it's that hard. It said one. It was one.
Oh,
Because it's that hard.
that's true.
Wood, y'all.
That's
Messi
that's
is
literally what I'm saying.
great. We can't knock that, but we have to celebrate what Tiger Woods did. When it comes down to longevity, as we said before, the most weeks ranked as the #1 player in the world. When you talk about the gap between him and the second best player, it's a wide margin. When you talk about the overall average that he has when he walks out onto the course, it's Tiger Woods. And then when you talk about you're doing this one-on-one, there's no help from a teammate. There's no one to give you an assist. There's no one who you can pass the ball
Is this
to
still recording?
score. There's no penalty kicks
Yeah.
that someone else can take for you. This is the ultimate one-on-one sports. It's you against the element, against your mind. I'm going with Tiger Woods.
Tiger's great. Tiger's the GOAT of golf by far, and his cultural impact is amazing, but it's nothing compared to Messi. Most Ballon d'Ors, like you said, all-time leader in assists, close in goals to Ronaldo. He's not even a striker. So, I mean, yes, he's played for stacked teams, but he's won at the highest
is
level
impressive.
every single time. Stacked club team, but again, won so many times.
I don't
So
know.
it's
I,
not.
I feel like without a doubt soccer's harder. But there's going to be another GOAT in soccer. I can't for sure say that with golf. Like somebody going to be as good as Tiger Woods. And I'm not going to sit here and say somebody's going to be as good as Messi. But I mean, it's closer than it would be for Tiger Woods. Hell, you got Ronaldo.
I feel like how you look at Jordan, I can look at Messi and amplify that by 10 times. Same way I said with LeBron and his goals and the field goals he made, and then you got Ronaldo with the goals, which Messi ain't that far off, which is insane on his own. I can pretty much say the same thing with Jordan and Messi with the what the heck did I just say about
The GOAT debate.
Yeah, I'm picking Messi in this situation personally. If somebody picked Tiger, I won't be mad at it because it's hard. 82 PGA Tour. That's all I need to know. Number 82. That's all I need to hear is 82.
I ain't gonna lie to you. For me, it's the nobody's even close second. like,
That's true.
we literally only know golf because of Tiger Woods.
That's also true. At least our generation.
That's a good point.
Like real soccer.
At least our generation. Yeah, at least our generation.
I mean, from the sake of how they've been making their points, that might be Tiger might win off of that alone.
That's the only reason I
'Cause
think he's gonna win. Because I agree that
we
soccer is
talk about
completely
Ronaldo, so.
harder. I completely agree. Soccer is harder. But to not have a number two nowhere near close to you, that's more than that's legendary. That's legendary.
Oh boy, this is tough. I think I might switch up and go Tiger Woods. I'm not gonna lie.
Like whether or not I'll agree. I can be a biased fan, especially when it comes to basketball. But the GOAT debate, in my opinion, for Messi and Ronaldo is closer than it would be for Jordan and LeBron. Just my opinion.
It's because you watch basketball more than soccer.
I mean, that could be another reason too. But I'm going off of what they literally said. He only got one World Cup, and yes, it is hard as fuck. But
no. I feel like that's been downplayed because one World Cup is essentially multiple NBA championships. That's like 6 to 7 NBA championships. If you want to take it from a standpoint of how hard that is to do, that's essentially Jordan's 6 rings. A World Cup, we're talking about country on country on countries around mainly that part of the world, us too every now and then. But I think we got our own league, obviously. But over there, that's a multitude of countries, a multitude of leagues, Premier League, other leagues. The Premier League is obviously the top dog.
But Terrence, there are people who aren't even in the GOAT debate for soccer who has a World Cup, though, right?
Yeah, because you was riding coattails. Yeah,
with this.
I can do that.
Jordan, what is it?
Or if you was just I'm talking about for teams that won it who don't have that superstar who was the GOAT. What about them? That's why I'm saying that.
But what's the difference in Pippen? If we can go off that,
what about
Pippen
them?
got 6 rings too.
Yeah, what about them? They're not.
I don't know.
We're not talking
think
about
you
them.
understand how World Cup. I don't think you understand how hard it is to even by far get there alone to win it. Like that's
you got to play. Don't you? You got to play hella games. Ain't there more games than the March Madness?
I would think so. Yeah, it's a whole regular season and all the other stuff too. So
no, I'm talking about just the actual run to the World Cup. Ain't it like March Madness? Ain't it like hella teams like that?
I have no idea.
It's way more amplified than that.
No, I'm not talking about like the degree. I'm talking about just how many teams is in it.
Let's look it up.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't know. It don't matter how many teams is in it. I think it's way far beyond impressive. So,
how many teams are in the World Cup? 48 teams.
So that's like a March Madness.
Well, FIBA World Cup. So yeah, that's FIBA technically. That didn't count.
Yeah, but you don't get to sit down and get subbed out when you please. That's why I don't even think this is even a comparison.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, on that field running up and down, it don't matter.
But hold on. That goes back to the Serena Williams. You just only talking about the physical aspects.
Well, no, soccer's mental too. I don't know what soccer's mental. Soccer's more.
I'm not saying
tennis.
It's not mental. Yeah. I disagree because it's only on you in tennis.
I'm sorry, man. You got a whole country on your back, boy. You might not make it tomorrow if you lose that match.
No, okay. Off of you just saying that alone, that is crazy pressure.
Like,
all of these sports are mental.
I give you that. I give you that.
You might come up missing if you don't win this game. If you miss this,
you might come up missing.
You're coming up missing tomorrow. You're gonna be on a milk carton tomorrow. You're not coming home. Like that, I don't think, bro. The pressure of these soccer players, they have a whole nation on their back, bro. LeBron just carrying his family. He just got to worry about Savannah and his kids. Leonardo Messi, but he carrying the whole country. Not just the squad, not just that jersey, not just the people in the stadium, but he's carrying a country.
The whole country.
Like, so if you mess up and you the one that I can spell, that Negro Terrence, oh my gosh, she just cost us the World Cup. They already got the body bag ready. I'm not making it.
We not even. And we're not even forgetting about
they already got the body.
And we may or may not even be forgetting about the countries that don't have a soccer team and support that team, that nation because they're the closest to it. We're not even talking about that. That
pressure's crazy. But I'm sorry.
There's so many countries, so many different countries. Bro.
All I be thinking about is I might not make it
I
home.
give you that. I give you that.
That's why I mean they'll probably go Tiger, but I think difficulty wise, this is Messi by a long shot in my eyes. But
let's see.
Like that you brought up club
but the
teams.
82
What-
thing and all that is hard to
Tiger was
dispute.
PSG.
It was a
Never mind.
nightmare organization. That wasn't his
Well,
fault.
I wouldn't say that because as soon as he left, what's going on at PSG right now?
It's like 5
Tell
years
us,
later.
please
What
tell
if
us.
well, PSG just won the league for the first time.
Tiger's
in a
never
very
had
long
any
time.
down moments in his career.
But when he had the down moment, even later in his career, like you cited in our first debate, Tiger bounced back and won. Right?
Time out. I'm not gonna give him that argument because let's not say it's like Tiger Woods came back instantly and won after he had a little downtime, but he had a whole darn near a decade of downtime. So we're not gonna sit here and play like he just instantly came back and made it look like it was nothing. That's a garbage take.
I don't like that argument either.
Right?
And Messi won the World Cup since after PSG.
That was years and years ago. I'm talking about right now, right? Since after PSG has become a more successful club since Messi has left. And when he played at PSG, he played with Neymar and Mbappe. Mbappe at the time is probably the best player in the world. Neymar is probably a second or third best player in the world. So like you said, the ultimate stacked team. There's no stack in the deck when it comes to golf.
3 strikers with no defense whatsoever.
No, they have a great Dembele was playing defense. They have a great defender back there on the back line.
Also, I think my argument from the last one could apply even more to here. The barrier to entry to golf is immense. Not anyone can just pick up a golf club and start playing. So with that said, it's already so limited. And for Messi to be probably the consensus GOAT of the most popular sport in the world as a little kid who had major growth hormone issues, for him to rise above the cream of the crop is incredibly impressive.
But that's also one of his advantages because he has such a low center of gravity. He's able to use that to dribble the ball in tight spaces. That's why he's one of the best dribblers.
Is taking a disadvantage and turning it into your advantage. Is that not GOAT worthy?
Well, what's a bigger disadvantage than being a young black kid going out there playing a white dominated sport?
That's a good point.
And told you can't come on the course because you can't get practice in.
There you go.
And so you still gonna dominate because you gotta find creative ways to get around it instead of you having the ability to have a sport that's the largest in the world, so that you can find other places to go. You are always gonna have a friend to be able to practice with. You're always gonna be able to find a coach. You ain't always gonna be able to find a golf coach. You know how hard that is to find for a black man who's told you can't even come in this clubhouse and eat.
I would say Earl Woods
There's
is
only
also a
one
huge
Chubbs.
advantage to Tiger. Messi did not have an Earl Woods.
But Messi, ever since Messi was young and he was discovered, he was put into these training programs to be the best in the world.
Well, that's what they do with all soccer players over there.
Again, that's the advantage that soccer has. Even in countries that come from immense poverty, they train these players and put them into the best programs in the world. Tiger's dad had to create that way for him, and ever since a child, he was a child prodigy just like Messi. I remember watching his documentary and seeing him at like 5 or 6 years old on these Tonight shows putting the ball. The level of difficulty in golf is widely underestimated. If we were to come out here and I say kick a ball into a net, you could do that. Yeah. If I say hit this ball 100 yards on a dot, I think that would be a lot more difficult than people at home to do.
Well, I think it's also difficult. We talked about how great
Valid
Ronaldo
point
was.
too.
He scored 960 goals, which is amazing. And tell me how many Messi is behind him? Handful? A handful, whatever it is, right? He's behind him.
He's right behind him on the list.
To also
61
have the
goals
most
behind
amount
him.
of assists of all time.
And he's not even a striker.
He's doing it both ways. He's scoring the ball.
That's actually the more impressive part than anything. He don't even play the striker position. He's a forward, and he's second.
And he's only
place all time.
61 goals behind him. Yeah.
That is nuts.
That is impressive.
Yeah, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy.
This is a good debate. I don't know who I can pick.
While he's getting everybody involved.
This might have been the closest one.
The sport what makes him the GOAT in his sport. And yeah, Tiger is an individualized sport.
No,
which it's
to
easy
me,
to
Serena
like
was
yourself.
close
I'm
to
not gonna say
Tiger.
it's easy because I wouldn't know. But I'll say,
Nah,
I imagine
It's
that
not
to
as
psych
close as
yourself
this,
up and
but
only
it was
rely on
close.
yourself is probably slightly easier than
I'm saying this is the
relying
closest,
on
though.
your teammates to show up on the
This
same
no
day
more.
as you. And for Messi to step out there with his teammates,
This might actually go
and make
3-2.
them better and uplift them, puts them over the edge.
And we can talk about accolades and achievements. Sometimes you just got to use the eye test. What my eyes tell me is that Messi is better than Tiger Woods.
My eye test tells me something a little bit different. I think, again, you're talking about the different things that Messi can do with passing and scoring the ball. Again, when you go out onto the golf course, you have to drive the ball down the course. You have to putt. You have to hit out of hazards. Those things require an immensely larger skill set than it does to play football. And I know this is not going to be the popular argument, but sometimes being a GOAT is doing the unpopular thing. And Tiger took an unpopular sport and made it mainstream. He made a color popular. Yeah. And when you go out there and it's Sunday and you have to finish that event, the mental toughness that it takes, the physical toll on the body is much greater than it is in football. Again, Messi played on stacked.
Not much greater. I don't like the physical toll argument that he does. But
again,
I don't like that argument.
Good argument. It's just not much greater.
Yeah, well, no. When he does the physical aspect, I I'm not gonna argue nothing over soccer when it comes to physically. I'm just gonna
Golf
keep it a buck.
ain't shit
So
physical except your upper half.
He forgot
Maybe
I mean that's still
to mention the
physical.
part where
But
Buddy didn't say if you don't win, you don't come home. Let's not gonna forget that.
Okay, Terrence,
oh
that's
my
not for
God,
every. That's
Terrence,
not for every country.
nobody's
Like,
Terrence. You're saying that, Terrence. No
No,
one's
hold on,
saying that, but
Terrence.
you.
Terrence, if that's the case, he would have been dead because he only has one World Cup.
That's
one
facts.
is better than zero. Somebody
But hold on,
got that.
hold on. All them years he didn't have one and came up short, he would have been dead off of what you
Man,
said
I
though.
don't know what type of threats they done hit this man with. They might have hit him with some under the table threats for all I know. Messi might have been out here just surviving just to be surviving. Tiger Woods
Yeah,
ain't
surviving
never.
just
Isn't
to
he
be
playing?
surviving.
Isn't he playing like in Miami right now?
Yeah, man, nobody care about United States soccer.
No, but I'm just saying. Like he said, I was so good over there. Let me let me come over here and do the
Bro, come over
same.
here just get some paper. He got paid. I ain't mad at him.
G team. His World
Oh,
Cup
yeah, he
team
got
was
hella money
stacked
for
as
that.
well. Tiger couldn't stack the deck. He was the deck.
Heads up in 3.
I guess I'll go Tiger
Okay.
Woods. I'm going Tiger.
I'm going
It's kinda-
I think they're finna go Tiger 3-2 from what these arguments sound like.
2, 1.
Oh,
Yeah, I messed up, man.
Moving on into
Oh,
the second round
it went
is
Messi.
Messi. Sorry, Tiger.
Oh, that's interesting.
I ain't mad at it.
Our first matchup of round 2, Messi versus Mike.
Oh Lord have mercy.
I still got Jordan.
I can't pick against soccer, bro. It's hard to pick against that. Like
It's hard to pick against.
World renowned too, so
That's
I'm
what
not
I'm.
like you're
Yeah,
not, but it's hard to pick against soccer, man.
but he's not.
You
I would say this
He
though.
plays.
Hold on, I would say this though. Soccer has been a world sport way before even basketball was even invented. So that shit has
That's
a
nobody's
head
fault.
start. No, I'm not saying it's their fault, but they definitely had an advantage. And then basketball is just now becoming not just now, but it's
I know. I get like what you're
upgrading
saying.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we can't control when things pop off and when don't. So I don't think it's. I agree with you. I don't think it's really like all the way fair comparison. But at the same time, it's hard for me to compare a world renowned popular sport versus basketball is a popular sport in the world, but
It's not
nothing.
soccer, bro. It's not soccer.
It's
And I
not
go back to
soccer.
the argument that I
It's
said
not
with that one World Cup. When I made that statement about his one World Cup is essentially equal in his 6 rings, I meant what I said. So and if somebody picked Jordan, I'm not mad at it. But I expect an American to pick Jordan. I'm not expecting nobody outside of this country to pick him. If we're gonna be real with that logic. So
Facts.
if they pick Jordan, I won't be shocked because they're all American. I won't be shocked at all.
I mean, they're probably gonna pick Jordan based off how this last one just went.
That's true. I'm gonna go Messi, but if they go Jordan, I won't be mad at it.
Michael Jordan.
Feeling very American today.
Don't I tell you.
It's hard to me when you're faced with your Americanism. It's tough.
It really is. I do. This is strong biasism. I'm not gonna lie, but I also have somewhat of a loyalty to internationalism, being an international sport myself. But there's just that Michael Jordan effect that it's strong, man. It's around the world. You see it everywhere you go. It's basically when you think of Nike, you think of Jordan, and that's not just the brand. That's the person himself.
Whether it's mystique, aura, or myth, Jordan has this aura of invincibility.
That's already two people right there.
He was absolutely dominant, and we saw Messi.
That's already two.
A World Cup is way harder to win
It's
than the
over.
NBA title, but we saw him
Yeah,
struggle
Jordan
to get
wins.
to that point, whereas Jordan did that much earlier in his career and exercised those demons, when he was 27, 28. Messi just got it done. So with that said, 6-0 in the finals, pretty unassailable with 6 finals MVPs.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us have talked about, are you the GOAT in your sport? I think even though Jordan's been retired for over 20 years, he's still regarded when they do these polls as the GOAT. It's close, but he's still up there. When you talk about the GOAT in football, again, I've mentioned Pele up here. Some people believe it's Ronaldo. Some people even say Ronaldinho, right? There's a number of other
I mean, honestly,
players
we don't even need to hear the rest.
there
That's 3
in that
people right there.
conversation. When it comes
It is
down
3-2.
to
That's
basketball,
already over. I know
it's
the white
really
boy
Jordan,
probably
and
beat
now
Messi.
we're
I'm calling it
entering
now.
where people will say LeBron. But again, when you look at it,
Messi's his favorite, right?
Statistics,
think
it's
so. I think
Jordan.
Messi
And then
would
when I
be
talk about playing offense and defense, Messi's main thing on the field, he does a lot of walking, and he gets critiqued for that. And they do it because they say no, this is real. They say he does it to maybe conserve energy. There's no conserving energy when it comes to Michael Jordan. I think back to that finals against Utah
I
where he
disagree.
scores the ball.
That's an awful take. he plays 90 minutes.
That's an
Ronaldo
awful
plays
take.
48 minutes. What kind of stupid argument is that? That's an awful take. I'm running for
Yeah, I don't like
90
that take.
minutes. I can't get a
Hold on,
break.
hold on. Terrence, you didn't take into effect that he was literally getting criticized for walking. He's not running for 90 minutes.
I'm tired. I can't run for 90 minutes, bro. I'm human.
Nobody can. I completely agree.
That's a terrible take.
Which is why it's a terrible take.
It's a
That's why it's a
terrible
terrible
take,
take.
but these players aren't running for 90 minutes straight.
Jordan can sub out.
And
Jordan can
yes,
sub out.
I completely
Yeah,
agree.
that's something he failed
They
to
can't
mention,
do
like,
that.
That's why I don't like.
They can't do that.
When anybody said anything versus soccer when it comes to endurance, I'm done listening. Like that.
Yeah, I'm done listening. I don't even want to hear
that
it.
ship is sailed.
I
You're
don't
not
even wanna
going to
hear it.
argue with the person who runs for 90 minutes plus. You're not going to argue me with that.
It's the length. It's the length of
NFL,
2 football
hockey,
fields.
anything.
I don't want to hear it.
Like Jordan, he might have Jordan everything else or whatever, but the endurance, you're not. I'm not picking any regular American sport over soccer, unless it's like American soccer too.
They're still down. Then you go down in the defensive end. He strips Karl Malone of the ball, goes back down on offense, and then clears it out for the most famous shot in sport history, where he sinks it, right, and puts his team ahead. That is Michael Jordan, the best offensive player, the best defensive player, and rising to the moment and never showing one sign of weakness. Even when sick and hobbled with the flu, he went out there and performed. Like you said, it took him 6 years, but once he got to that championship level, three-peat, retirement, three-peat. No touching MJ.
Competing for that long.
I want to say this one thing.
Or any type of sickness.
I just wanted to look it up because I mistakenly said it's the length of two football fields. I was wrong, but it's 120 yards long, but 80 yards wide. Please let this sink in. That's how big a field is for soccer, bro. I'm not trying to hear none of this, honestly. 80 yards wide.
Especially when it comes out, and the first part of it is the worst. And how he did that for multiple games, did he not? Goodness gracious. I had 19 seconds to get through. And I was, praying every moment, hoping that I wasn't going to pass out. And for a little bit, it looked like I was going to pass out. But for him to do that for multiple games, and, you still got to be the person who clutches up at the end of the day. You got your teammates, but everybody knows that they're going to be trying to rely on you because the play was surrounded and made for you.
And you brought up a great point. His defense, Jordan's defense, is fantastic. It was his whole career. Messi was never known for his defense. No one's ever said anything good about Messi's defense.
No, Michael Jordan's sweeping it.
Another point, Jordan averaged 30 points in his rookie year.
This is not Messi's fault, but in basketball, being
He
one
was
of
the wild
five,
card.
you
Never
have
mind.
more chance
Right, I
to
thought it was
dominate and
gonna
have
be
an
at least
impact on the
4-1.
game. Messi is 1 of 11 out there.
Yeah,
so his
he was the
presence
wild
won't be
card.
felt as immediately as MJ. MJ is inevitable.
Again, I feel like they're all being biased because they're American. I don't want to sound like that because if Jordan win, he win, but they're all American. Go pick a couple international people, and then we can really see how the debate would go. Because I guarantee you, the international folks will have
This
more
is an
respect.
opinionated debate.
No, I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Go get some international people, and I guarantee the whole conversation is going to go a whole different way. If they weren't American, they were all international, Messi would win. I'm being for real.
You're right.
3, 2, 1.
Told you.
Say,
Clean
just
sweep.
know if we were Argentinian, this would be totally flipped.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Moving on to the final round, Michael Jordan.
No, that's just y'all being
Our final
biased.
matchup of round 2, Michael Phelps versus Tom Brady.
He has more medals
This
in
is
the country.
interesting.
It's not a debate.
I'm from Massachusetts.
Oh,
I've been a Tom
I
Brady
forgot.
fan my
Yeah.
entire life. The
I forgot
accolades for
about
Phelps
that.
are too much. They're too much. You can't compete. I mean, I know he has more opportunities to win, but he's won it every single time. Tom's folded a couple times. Like you mentioned, those 2 against the Giants, those are bad losses. They were the greatest team of all time. They were undefeated going into that 2007 Super Bowl, and they choked.
I would actually say that he has less opportunities to win because you have 4 years. That
That's
means if
true.
you mess up,
Yeah.
you have to wait 4 more years. That's 4 more years older, 4 more possible.
That's
new
what I was saying about
injuries,
this. That was
4
my argument
more
with the
times
Simone
for
Biles
somebody
argument.
else to come up through the ranks and challenge you again and have different energy. You might have a baby in those 4 years that you got to take care of while you're trying to go through the Olympics. And trust me, that Olympic Village is not comfortable. They got to sleep in on cardboard. It ain't. For some people.
Y'all be wild, and I saw some stats. I ain't gonna hurt my.
I heard it's more Winter Olympics, though.
But I would say that there's less opportunities. And at the end of the day, we've talked about this athleticism. At the end of the day, Phelps is just more athletic. And again, what Tom Brady has done is obviously GOAT status for his sport. It's very GOAT status overall. But again, when you look at the medals and you watch them tower over your own head, and you got to
Might be a
look
sweep.
look at just his Olympic medals, not talking about his World Championship medals and the records that he's broken. It's very impressive.
When you tell me to look at something, I'm gonna tell you what I look at when I see Tom Brady. You're talking about Michael,
right?
Oh, never mind.
you talk about Michael Phelps here, right? Michael Phelps is more naturally gifted. In fact, his bone structure and his body structure, he has some fit. No, he has some physical,
perfectly
he's
crafted
physically-
swimming.
I'm thinking you talk about jawline.
No. We can get to that though.
Hey, jawline's clean too,
There
Mike.
you go.
Yeah.
But his physical presence is literally sculpted for the sport that he played. Have you looked at Tom Brady's combine picture? That's looked like physically sculpted for a dad bod before he was even a dad. But he still did that, and he still went out there, was a backup quarterback. And when you talk about the mental toughness it takes to be a backup, get thrown into a game after an injury, and never look back, and you lead a franchise and you make the Patriots a historical dynasty, right? For 15 or 20 years, the Patriots are winning the AFC East. The Patriots are winning the Super Bowl. They're destroying teams in the regular season. Yes, I know you talk about he did take those losses that he suffered to the Giants. The Giants are one of the all-time great defenses, but he bounced back. Even when he leaves Bill Belichick and the Patriots, he goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He wins there. That's very difficult to do, and I take the story of being someone people looked over and then becoming the greatest in your sport differently than I do someone who was walked out there and it was a little bit easier for them naturally to win that. And again, this is no slight. We're talking about two of the greatest athletes to ever live, but when I look at the story of Tom Brady and you talk about football where you're being hit over and over and over again, the toll it takes on you mentally up here and physically up here, I can't look at that easy.
It's just fucked up, but if you just look at it on paper, what's more impressive, swimming in a pool or being the quarterback? A 7-time Super Bowl champion. I'm sorry, they're both so great that this is what I look at. It's more impressive to be the quarterback.
Well, hold on now. Now you guys are now. Well, first of all, I'm gonna get back to you. The underdog story. The underdog story is one of America's favorite stories because we believe ourselves to be underdogs. That does not make it more or less impressive. And let's go back to Phelps. This man was dominating from age 16. Again, yes, Tom Brady got looked over. You know why? Because he wasn't good enough yet. Point right there.
That's a fact.
I don't know
and you're saying what was that?
I think they're both so good that's the only tiebreaker in my mind that I can justify.
But
Tom Brady
is there a way Michael Phelps could have been better?
Let's go to prodigy then. Let's go to prodigies then. He was more of the Michael Phelps was more of a prodigy than Tom Brady.
Yeah, he was greater for longer.
Is there a way Michael Phelps could have been better?
Well, he had a couple bronze medals in there.
Well, I'm saying, is there?
Did he ever participate in a race where he didn't medal? I doubt it.
Nah, that I'm aware of.
That's insane to me.
But yeah, it is insane. But then again, you have to look. There's other points that we're looking over. You talk about cultural relevance. Like you said, there's nothing cooler than an American quarterback going out there and being the leader of the team. Who American have morale. Yeah, the people have morale.
Not international.
But now the NFL game is spreading international. They're playing more and more games around the world.
Hey, Michael Phelps American though?
But no, it's more than one of them.
Yeah, but he's internationally known because of his pedigree.
It's very exciting.
But look at what he's
Tom
doing.
Brady is too, but not to the same extent.
I just wanted to know if he was American. I know all.
Yeah, he's American. Yeah.
Football now. Now he's also commentating. He's also a part owner of the Raiders. So listen, Brady is making moves even outside of the field. So when you talk about the GOAT doesn't just stop once you're done playing. The GOAT continues to be an ambassador for the sport. I haven't seen anything about Michael Phelps promoting swimming lately. Unless I miss it, you can enlighten me. But Tom Brady's still a face of football.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, well.
Oh, y'all some suckers, man.
I flipped.
Oh, well, y'all some suckers.
I slipped.
Oh, my God.
I got somebody.
Moving on to the final round, Michael Phelps, TB12. Enjoy retirement. This is it.
So this is how I thought it was gonna go.
No, I thought it was.
I don't see how this is
messy.
I don't see how this doesn't go Jordan. And for how they've been voting,
So
I don't see how this is
they're
not
voting
Jordan.
because they're picking Jordan. We all know that's clear to clear. That man has more medals than countries. That's the only argument I need. I don't care what the sport is. He has more medals than.
Oh no,
countries.
we've been in agreement probably most of these, but I just think they're probably gonna go Jordan.
Yeah,
I can't pull the American card because I mean they're both American.
The fact that he didn't get the bye week is biased. He has more medals than entire countries that exist today. There's no argument. They're gonna go Jordan because he's black, because he's American, because he plays basketball, because he's black. We all know the ordeal. They're gonna pick Jordan
because he's black.
He just said the same. Wait, why did you? Never
It's
mind.
a lot of. It's like, ain't there like 2 or 3 white people up here?
I think it's just one. The other dude light skinned. I think it's only one white guy. But he picked Jordan.
No, the dude at the end, and then the dude in between Noah Lyles and the other black dude.
So it's 2 white dudes, but they both American, like American. So they like
both
basketball.
of these people are American.
You can't get more American than Michael Jordan. That's American.
You can't get more American than Michael Jordan.
I guarantee.
Please stop.
I disagree. I disagree. When you fall in love with America's team, the Cowboys.
Oh God.
Oh, please keep playing this video. I don't know anything else about the Cowboys.
Who is the GOAT of GOATs? Michael Jordan or Michael Phelps?
Listen, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, MJ, Black Jesus.
Skip this Negro. We already know answer he going
Black what? Yeah, we ain't doing the Black Jesus.
That's his nickname.
But it's true. That's what they called him. And you said an interesting line. You said, could he have been better? No one could have been better than this guy when it comes down to the NBA Finals. He has multiple finals where he averaged over 30 points. Record, 6 Finals MVP, the best player out there on offense and on defense. Let me ask you all a question right here. I have a question for you. Who was the second best swimmer who Michael Phelps competed against?
Ian Thorpe, the torpedo.
Okay, what about right now? Who's the second best swimmer right now?
Well, he's not swimming right now.
Right now.
Right
you
now,
see,
the second
nobody
best swimmer in the world.
Nobody knows, or who's the best. Yeah, they're taking
Caleb
too long to
Dressel.
answer. Do you know why that is? Because there's no influence from Michael Phelps once he's retired. Again, Michael Jordan has been retired for over 20 years, and his
I'd agree
influence
with
is
that.
still felt in the game today. Not only from the sneakers that players wear, but also the mentality that they have. I know we got some people out there who love Kobe Bryant and a Mamba mentality. That was inspired by Michael Jordan and the way he approached the game. The influence and the way that Jordan has precipitated the game for years and years and decades later cannot be compared to anyone. It's MJ.
Michael Jordan, yes. Is he more influential than Phelps overall? Absolutely. But the difference between swimming and basketball, I think Phelps took swimming and made it greater than it was. I mean, Jordan did it too, but to a level where you don't know the best swimmer right now, yeah, but you knew Michael Phelps. That's for sure. You know who the best NBA player is every year, every single year. You don't know the best swimmer.
To me, it comes down to the fact like they both dominated their sports, right? And they both won at the highest
gold
level.
medals
I think
than
Deshaun
a
makes a really good
major.
point about how after Phelps has been done swimming, he's kind of just like living his life, doing his own thing, which is his right, obviously. But Jordan is very much still in the mix, also doing his own thing, but very much always a part of the conversation. And I think that's because of his cultural relevance, and I think it's because of the clothing line. And he was drafted in 1980 in the money.
So I don't like the fact that they're not staying true to their conversation. They always want to say, well, who's the go to the sport by default? This Negro has no default. Like think of another swimmer.
That is fair.
Exactly.
They made that argument.
Hold on,
they made that
hold on.
argument. That is fair.
Terrence, one thing I can say about that is we don't watch that. So, but
it's not-
if you
but
ask
if
somebody
that
who
didn't-
watch it,
But somebody who might not know basketball, what's the difference? It could be the same thing for swimming and
I
basketball.
mean, that's different. America is going to promote certain things more, especially if it makes more money.
But what about other countries
Promote
that's
it.
not here? It's the
Huh?
same. What about other countries that's not here? It's the same. It's the same thing.
Soccer, even though
No,
it's
I'm
not
talking
here,
about swimming,
it-
not soccer. I'm talking about swimming. That's an Olympic.
no,
thing.
I agree, but it doesn't make them as much money as it would showing Americans basketball during the Olympics than swimming. That's what I'm saying.
I just don't.
That's
like,
why we don't.
I don't like their arguments because they 1 minute they want to say, well, you got to be defined, go to your sport, which Michael Phelps says he has no competition with that
Because the bias kicks in. That's
yeah,
why.
that's what I'm
Because
saying.
they're not.
Be
They're,
biased
they,
now. Like, don't
yeah.
be biased. Stick
But
to your main point. Your main point was
everybody
Michael Jordan's
gonna
the
be-
defined GOAT. He's the
But
defined
Terrence,
GOAT.
Terrence, everybody gonna be biased. Even like
Yeah,
for
they are.
soccer, even people around the world, they're gonna be biased because that's all they know is soccer. They're just now learning basketball. They're just now discovering football. Well, our football.
That's BS because I know nothing.
I wouldn't.
Me and most, because I'm not just going to use myself, a multitude of people in America don't know Jack Diddley squad about swimming, but they know who the hell Michael Phelps is.
Yes, because they praised him and promoted him on the TV.
Or
Like I
because
said,
he's
Terrence.
that guy. Why is it?
No, I'm
No,
not.
I don't.
No, I'm not.
I don't think it's
I'm
because
not
of that.
denying that. But Terrence, he's an American, so yes, they're going to put him on TV. If he was from any other country, I guarantee you. I'm not saying he wouldn't be as known, but he wouldn't have been as promoted in our country as he was. That's what I'm saying.
That's
We
debatable.
know swimming because of Michael Phelps. That is a truth. But none of us can sit here and say we actually watched this nigga swim.
I mean, you can say that about
I
track
have.
too, because me personally,
I mean,
I haven't watched track
hey,
like
I'm
that,
not.
but we all know they promoted Usain Bolt, the crazy one, but he not even American. When he was at his
Well,
peak, but it was on
hold
TV
on.
every day.
Most Americans will watch track before they watch
No, that's not the argument though.
swimming.
The argument is they know who Usain Bolt is because America stayed having him on TV. He ain't from here, so that can be the same applied though, because he's not technically from
But
here.
Terrence, this is what I'm saying. If he was from America, he
Was
would be considered. If he was from America, he would be considered one of the greatest athletes ever, probably over Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but that's not the debate, though. My point is, I don't like the fact that they're not staying true to their main argument. The main argument that especially this Negro here himself has been making the whole time is you got to be the greatest at your sport, no debate. Name me somebody else that matters in swimming, at least to Americans.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. That person you was talking about, he's been biased in majority of everything he said. Like, in my personal opinion,
Especially
I
when it
feel
comes
like
to
he only
Jordan. I've
went
seen
with.
him before.
I feel like he only went with Simone Biles because she's black.
That's it.
Not to be like, yeah, but I'm saying overall, we don't know the sport because it wasn't thrown in our face. And one, growing up, the only sport Americans wanted to know baseball, football, and soccer and basketball. Occasionally soccer if we were good. But other than that, we football, basketball, and baseball. That's it.
The only
That's all
person that's
Americans were grown up on. Hell, if it's sad, but I'm not saying this is a statistic anymore because I highly doubt it is. But they said most black people in America can't swim. So why the fuck are they watching swimming? Why would you know anything about swimming?
Oh no! All I know is the only person on the panel that's been anywhere non-biased is the white dude on the very white. Not him, but the other one. He's been the only one that's not really biased.
On the very end, yeah.
On the very end, I agree.
So if he says something, whoever he pick, I'll take his pick as valid. The rest of them, if he picked Michael Phelps, he's an Olympian. That's biased. It's not biased, but if you really think he's best, he's best. But he's a Olympian. So can I really take his judgment that strong? Because he's an Olympian. If he picked Phelps, I won't be shocked. If he picked Jordan, I won't be shocked.
I disagree because he went against Simone Biles. Well, no, that was against another Olympian. Never mind.
Yeah, it was two Olympians, and every time it was against an Olympian, he said they always had less time to prove themselves. They couldn't do this every year.
Which is true. That's
So, I mean,
that's
that
valid,
is true though.
That's valid. They don't get the
No, it
this
is
every
true.
year. So how can you?
That's
what I'm
why.
saying.
That's why
How
I
can you
was
pick
more.
against them?
That's why I was more on the Simone side when I forgot who she faced because I was like, I mean, she had
He went
less time
against
to
Michael
do it.
Phelps though. That was the problem.
Yeah, I love Michael Phelps. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right.
How can you compete with somebody who only does this once every 4 years and then he's on top of the game every time he do it? Dude got more medals than countries and he only gets to do this once every 4 years. You can't compete with that.
I mean, but they have hella meets though in them 4 years. They got hella meets.
Yeah, but
it's almost like
if you lose, that's it. Like you don't get another try for another 4 years. You can't.
Yeah.
Like you can't compete with that, bro.
Done.
He was drafted in.
That's why I would pick Michael Phelps.
Michael Jordan was drafted in 1984.
I'm picking Michael Phelps because he got more
today as he was then.
It's a detriment to
wins
Michael
than a
Phelps
whole
that
nation.
he is the
That's
one.
impressive.
So there's no real conversations to be had.
You could argue, obviously LeBron. I've heard people make compelling arguments with Kareem and even like Kobe. I disagree with them. But no single person on this earth has ever argued that Michael Phelps is not the GOAT.
The only reason I'm putting Michael Jordan above Michael Phelps is really because of the detriment that the Olympics has on people. Unfortunately, when you're in an Olympic sport, you're deemed an amateur. And guess what? It's most likely going to be an amateur sport because if you're getting a sponsorship, it's going to be with a very small brand like Speedo. I mean, compared to Nike or an Adidas, Speedo has no real relevancy across the world. Like, yeah, they are a big brand just for swimming, but that's just for swimming. You know, that sucks. You only get relevant when every 4 years when the Olympics show up. You only getting enough money to really be able to throw your weight around when the Olympic sponsors come in and they say, hey, we're only going to give you a contract for about a year. When you're getting a contract in basketball and you win one championship, and they're like, all right, we want to be with you guys for life. We're ready to give you shoes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't even have to win the championship to get a shoe. You know, it's
That's facts.
I think the reason that we can't fight for Michael Phelps harder right now is because of the situation that the sport is for him.
Yeah, if you're
not
100%.
for how good he actually
Every
is.
Okay, hold on,
4 years,
pause
he's a
real
god.
I agree with what he said, but that's a money marketing thing, especially with basketball. That's all. That's the only reason that really happens. Half of these niggas wouldn't have shoes.
Yeah, and half the people that got shoes don't deserve shoes. They just give it to people
Yeah,
because they popular.
so it's only marketing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then,
facts.
No disrespect
I-
to Ja, but Flip Ja got shoes for. What has he done to get a shoe?
hey, and then his shoes are some of the hardest I've seen come out.
Devin Booker?
Yeah, them,
no
them new
disrespect
guys
to
crazy.
I don't want to be
Them
disrespectful
new
because
Ja's
if you
crazy.
good, you good. But Ja, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, like no disrespect to none of these dudes, but y'all ain't won no MVPs,
Anthony
y'all
Edwards,
ain't won
too.
no championships, y'all ain't did nothing that's valuable to be like one of the league like icons, in other words, or just like a top star or whatever.
Cause that's not.
But
Cause that's
I
not
feel
what
like
it's
that
about.
goes-
That's not what it's about anymore. It's not
But I
about
feel like
how valuable you are.
no, I think that still plays a part. I feel like the main problem is
On the court, let me sorry.
it's
on the court.
only so much you can promote for swimming. Like, and even then, you're promoting shit that we're not going to use. We're just trying to play in the water. We're not trying to swim.
That
you know what I'm
most
saying?
that most people are not gonna use. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
for basketball, most of the shoes can just be casually worn. You're not casually wearing swim shoes.
That's
So
true.
that's one of the
Well, I don't
that's
even
one
think
of
they even
the
wear shoes.
unfair disadvantages that swimming has, in my
Wear
opinion.
shoes?
I just can't go back.
All right,
for
let's-
me, you can't beat the more medals in the country. He made the sport relevant. Don't nobody get flipped by swimming unless he's in it. Respectfully, unless you're like a super swimming fan, that's different. But outside of that, bro, when you think of swimming, you think of Michael Phelps. When I think of basketball, I think of Jordan. I think of Bron. I think of Kobe, Kareem, Magic. I can think of a bunch of players on top of my head. I'm not thinking about nobody else but swimming when it comes to Michael Phelps, and that should be the end of the discussion.
I
bro.
mean, but hold on, Terrence. That goes to we don't watch swimming and or we're not a fan of it.
No, but see,
So
that's what I'm
we're
saying.
not going to know nobody.
I agree with that, but I'm saying from a casual, not just us, but from a casual human being standpoint, like random people on the street, if I go ask somebody right now to name me 5 NBA players, past or present, they gonna name it. I guarantee if I
Terrence,
ask them for
that's an
swimmers, they're
American
not
sport.
gonna. No.
People watch
America,
it.
outside of America, don't make a difference. Where you at? If you're not die-hard swimmer fan, you're not gonna know. And I go for any country, not just here. I don't just think about America. I think about anywhere. You're guaranteed to know 5 basketball players in any country that the sport is accessible to, of course. It got to be accessible. If it's accessible to it, they're going to know people. I guarantee Michael Jordan's name will come up. I guarantee Kobe's coming up. I guarantee LeBron, Magic.
Terrence, that goes back to what I said. Like, not everybody can win either. Like, my thing, hydrophobia is a real thing where you have a fear of water. And then on top of that, a lot of people just can't swim. So you're not going to promote something that pretty much 50% of the world don't care about.
That just make him even more impressive. That the fact that they don't want to promote it and he's still the GOAT.
I mean, yeah.
So if we're going off that,
But
that's
then,
even more
hold
impressive.
on, that goes back to what Buddy said, though. He was built for this, though.
Jordan was built
have
for
you seen it?
basketball.
I mean, but hold on.
Look at LeBron. LeBron was built from basketball for the time
No,
he got
no,
in the
hold on.
league.
Hear me out. I feel like it's a difference, though. You still have to go out there and, you still got to go out there and swim. But just because you put up 1,000 shots a day doesn't mean you're guaranteed to go 5 for 5 or score 30 points. You know what I'm saying? You're going to miss some shots.
I don't like that
You're
argument
going to-
either, though, because people can say Michael Phelps was built for this, and that's cool. His body might be physically built for it, but he still had to work. He had to put that work in that nobody else saw, and I don't mean just in the
That's
swimming
true.
pool. I mean weightlifting and all this other stuff that he had to do to continue to keep his body straight and ready to go. Nobody talk about that, though. That's the point I'm making with these dudes. They're all biased.
You're not wrong, but Terrence, you're the only nigga I'm going against with webbed feet, with feet like a fucking frog.
It's not his fault.
Like, that's purely God-given talent at this point. Like, yes, Jordan had a big hand. Nigga, he could have played football with those big hands.
Jordan also had the NBA behind him because he was the one trying to break him out of that. I can't say that on YouTube, but the drug era that they were going through.
Yeah.
So he pretty much carried them. So
yes.
of course they were gonna push him, and they're gonna darn sure make sure he was the face of the league. So kind of go both ways.
I'm just saying, swimming is nowhere near as popular as any other sport.
I agree with that, but that just made Michael Phelps even more impressive. So I'm picking Michael Phelps, but they're all gonna go Jordan.
Yeah.
I mean, it does make him. I don't know.
He
I'm
has more
conflicted.
medals than a country. That's all I want to hear.
No, that's impressive. But the fact of him just being the greatest and nobody watches it, that's not impressive.
That's lame though.
Because
that is impressive.
Downplaying him though. That's downplaying his greatness.
Well, I'm not trying to
Can't do
downplay him though.
That's like me saying
That is
who
downplaying.
do I think the greatest baseball
I said
player
I'm not trying to. I'm not saying I'm not. I said I'm not trying to though.
Yeah,
No, I'm just telling you that your statement it comes off as downplaying it.
Yeah,
I know you're not
that's-
trying to though.
that just makes.
I mean, because he's still one of the greatest athletes ever though.
And we're forgetting that he can't do this every year to prove himself like Michael can.
And also, once again, everybody's not jumping in a swimming pool, whether you can swim or not. Even the people that can swim, everybody can't swim competitively. It's easier to pick up a basketball and learn a jump shot than you jumping in that swimming pool and winning awards like he did. And you're not gonna argue.
Oh no,
with
you're
that.
not wrong.
Nobody's gonna argue.
You're not
with that.
wrong.
Anybody, and I mean anybody, whether the worst or the worst, can learn to pick up a basketball and get a good jump shot. Of course, with repetition. Ain't no average Joe, me in other words, jump in no swimming pool and I'm gonna be Michael Phelps. It's just not gonna happen. So
I mean,
off
well,
of that,
Terrence, I would say this. I wouldn't say just being Michael Phelps. I would say more of being a national swimmer.
That's even that
Because-
that too.
No, I'm just saying because you're not just gonna pick up a basketball and be Michael Jordan either. That's why I said that.
No, I'm saying
You
you,
gotta
have
say-
a better chance of being a regular role player with a solid jump shot versus you being an Olympic gold medalist. Or just even get to the Olympics. Shoot, even trying to just get there is hard enough. So, off of that logic,
Let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all a question. Which one do y'all think is harder then, soccer or swimming?
Soccer.
that depends. Again, that can go back to being afraid of water, afraid to drown, the current, not current, but of course, just the competitiveness of trying to be you got to force yourself to swim against water, which is trying to hold you back.
And then Terrence, mind you, it's not just in a swimming pool. They have I saw it on where they swim like across lakes and shit. They even got it's not Olympics, but they got this thing where whoever swims across the ocean or some shit. I was like, nigga, what? You're gonna die. Like, what the fuck? They really made that a sport.
The level
So
of
that
which
shit is
hard,
crazy.
It's got to be swimming. Like
I
you're
got
swimming
swimming.
against water. Like I don't think people understand. You're trying
It's water.
to swim against the water is trying to stop you. That's the water's job.
He said it's water.
So that's impressive.
Actually, I probably would I'd probably say swimming because swimming is solely on you and the water, just like you said. At least with soccer, you have teammates. So
Let's see
I go swimming, actually.
when the Michael Jordan D-Riding.
but I've swam and I play basketball and I'm going swimming here.
Let's see.
I'm going with swimming. Swimming
Odd,
is
but every season there's an NBA season, so we think about Michael Jordan.
If you're talking about proliferating the game, there's no chance that Michael Phelps is going to make swimming nationwide popular. So again, that's not his fault. But
no,
Michael
that's not a
Jordan
fair- that's
played
not a
one of
fair
the most preeminent global games that we have. And he's the most influential and the greatest. When you think of the term GOAT, there's only one person that comes to mind, and it's Michael Jordan.
Final votes for the winner in 3, 2, 1.
We know the vote.
Oh, yeah.
Man, they gotta stop putting Jordan on these lists, bro, because everybody gonna be biased. I don't. It's so stupid.
Still got one?
In my opinion, hold on, pause it real quick.
For the video,
Everything
like,
that last dude said was like irrelevant. Like, nigga, first of all, nobody's like swimming like that, so that's unfair to the sport itself.
Can't
I
argue.
didn't like that last comment.
When Michael Jordan name comes up, I don't even argue because you're not gonna win that argument. Whether it's cultural, sport, whatever it is, you're not gonna win it. So it's like, you talking about Jordan and you're in America, you got it. I'm not gonna argue with you. But yeah, man.
Nah, I feel like Michael Phelps should have won
By a landslide.
just because. Yeah, because he got more gold medals than any country is a Like that's insane. Like you are essentially a country. like,
Bro, built an
like what?
economy.
Like at this point, America has to pay you handsomely to be on their team,
I'm done.
or you'll just represent yourself at this point.
Oh man, this is actually a pretty good video. Debatable, all this other stuff
Sure.
we talked about, but yeah, I think Michael Phelps should have won that by default. I don't really think Michael Jordan should have been
Yeah.
in the finals if we're being real. I thought it should have been Messi versus Phelps.
No,
But
I feel like that was closer than Michael Jordan versus Michael Phelps.
I just
Like
think
I feel like Michael Phelps is gonna win it all off of knowing that he got more gold medals than any country. He's sweeping everybody off of that alone.
I just go back to the thing of which one is I think is more difficult. I think it's more difficult to play soccer. I think it's more difficult to win at the highest level, the highest of highest levels in soccer, not just no mediocre amateur level, not what we like to call D2, D3. I'm talking about the best of the cream of the crop. It's harder to win in soccer. It's harder to make a soccer team. It's harder to even be looked at in soccer. You just heard what they said earlier about these little kids out here being scouted at young ages because they got to even get there. And I'm not saying you can't do that for basketball, but it's harder to be on a soccer team, to make a soccer team, to even get near a soccer team alone. So off of that, I think Messi should have been in the finals alone. I don't know. Everybody different. They're all American, so I won't expect them much. But I just think soccer
No,
is the hardest sport.
I feel like Tiger should have did it. I feel like that's the hardest one in my opinion.
Yeah, and the Tiger would have made the finals too. I would have been cool with that too. But everybody different. They all Americans. Good old Americans. This is episode 109.
Grounded.
Hope y'all guys enjoyed this. We will see you guys in the next episode. 110, actually.